What is a falcon? A falcon is a raptor, also known as a bird of prey. Falcons, like other raptors, grab their prey with their powerful talons. They prey mostly upon other birds that are often, but not always, smaller than themselves. They will also occasionally hunt small rodents, but birds make up the bulk of their diets. It is for this reason we believe that falcons have longer, slender toes that wrap around other birds more effectively, as well as extending their reach. They hold their prey tightly with their talons, but it is not their primary method of killing. The beak is used mostly for the kill. The falcon has a special adaptation designed to quickly dispatch its prey. There is a special notch in its beak that is called the falcon's tooth. This notch allows the falcon to sever the spinal cord of its victim, believed to be a quick and efficient method of killing. By not relying on their talons as much, and in killing in this fashion, they reduce the risk of feather breakage that sometimes occurs in the struggle between predator and prey on the ground. Let's look at the close-up of this gyrfalcon's beak. Falcons, like other raptors, also have extraordinarily keen eyesight. They must be able to scan potential flocks of birds for the easiest member to catch, then lock onto that target while in rapid pursuit. Like other predators, including humans, they have binocular vision, which means their eyes are forward-facing for greater depth perception. They also have an exaggerated ridge over the top of their eyes to shield the glare from the sun, as well as a black stripe called the malar stripe. All falcons, except rare genetic color variations, have the malar stripe, and it seems to also provide some glare protection, much in the way that professional athletes use black underneath their eyes. The black stripe on certain subspecies of peregrine falcons seems to be absent altogether, but rather manifests as an entire black helmet, as opposed to a singular stripe. The falcon has sleek feathers that are rather stiff in nature. This stiffness allows the falcon to be aerodynamic in design, and combined with such maneuvers such as the stoop, which we will talk about in a moment, enables it to achieve speeds of well over 200 miles per hour. The wings are long and pointed and seem to slice through the air with very little effort to help falcons catch their feathered prey. They may hold their wings slightly bent in what is called a sickle shape. This reduces the resistance and allows them to dive at high speeds. This high-speed maneuver is called the stoop and allows the falcon to use gravity as well as flight to accelerate towards their target and snatch their prey from the air. It is a signature move that the peregrine falcon uses to overwhelm birds sometimes larger than themselves, and it is highly effective. In a variation of this tactic, the falcon will sometimes use a talon to rake the back of larger prey, such as ducks, to disorient them momentarily, giving the falcon time to bind or lock onto its prey before delivery of that fatal bite behind the neck. This complicated hunting style is most effective in open environments with few trees to impede the falcon's speed or ability to maneuver. It would be extremely uncommon to witness a falcon hunting amongst the trees in a heavily wooded environment. They often circle or wait on in an open environment searching for prey that may be unaware of the falcon's presence. Birds, if aware that a falcon is in the area, will often remain in a tree or on the ground, and waterfowl will remain in the water until the falcon has moved on to another hunting area. Although there are many different types of falcons in many types of environments, we will talk specifically about the nesting behavior of peregrine falcons. These falcons nest on high, flat surfaces in nature on the side of cliffs and mountains. In the modern era, Falcons utilize tall buildings in major cities as well as bridges, partially because of their structural similarity to cliffs and also because of the abundance of pigeons. They were also introduced to cities during the DDT crisis in a reintroduction project to restore endangered populations to the wild. These vantage points allow the falcon excellent views for hunting as well as for spotting and defending their nests from potential intruders. Like many other raptors, the falcons pair bond in beautiful aerial courtship rituals, passing food between each other and eventually posturing and copulating. Falcons do not build a nest, but lay their eggs directly in a small indentation on a flat surface called a scrape. Incubation is roughly around 30 days, and there are usually between 3 and 4 young, or eyases as they are called. Feeding the young is a full-time job, and the smaller of the two, the male falcon, or tiercel, hunts continuously to feed the young and the female in the first weeks of life. By the time the young are large enough to be left on their own, they are eating twice as much as the adult, and the female will then join in the hunt. Both adults will continue to feed the young even after they are finished growing and fully feathered. The young will continue to venture further and further from the nest, flapping vigorously. They must learn to fly by making short practice flights to strengthen their flight muscles and practice landing. Many of these first flights end up with the fledglings on the ground. Driven by the instinct to get to higher ground, they will continue to practice until they are sustaining their flight and their landing techniques. Once flying, they will follow the adults and practice their hunting skills until ready to survive on their own. Their entire development from hatching to flight is complete in approximately 8 weeks. It is also worth noting that less than 50% of the young that survive the fledging process will make it past their first year.